Cameron from here. First of all, congratulations on the UFC debut victory. What are the thoughts and emotions now that you do have your first victory under your belt?
Just super grateful for the whole experience. You know, it's been absolutely amazing. We've been here for 12 days. You know, traveling from South Africa is a tall task. Climatizing, all that. So it's been really awesome. Fight week was absolutely amazing, and it's my second time in Vegas. This experience is much different than the Contender Series, so it was really cool. The fans are super welcoming, and it's awesome.
An in-fight against Steven, obviously a lot was made of Steven coming from 10th Planet, being a high-level grappler. Even in that first round, he got you in mission control. Were you expecting all of that from him when you took it down, or did he catch you off guard with anything?
Definitely expected that, but not to that level, I would say. I definitely underestimated how tight he was on the ground, and I do have a lot of faith in my grappling as well, but he was super tight, so a lot of the stuff that we wanted to implement just took a little bit longer, but luckily we could create the necessary gaps.
When he did get you in mission control, how tight was that? Because Joe Rogan was kind of breaking it down because it looked like you were struggling to kind of pop out in the first round.
It was super tight. It felt like a planet on top of me. You know, he has very tight hips, and hats off to Steven Koslow. He's really a good grappler. His stand-up, he's super calm. He has like a weird stand-up as well. So it was really hard to read. But by the end of the second round, we knew, okay, we got it.
And I have to ask about the illegal knee with the point deduction. Did you just not see him on his knee down or anything like that?
Yeah, I felt his head push up. So I thought, like, if he's pushing up, he's probably back into that clinch position. So, yeah, and I really apologize for that. That was super unfortunate. Obviously not intentional. Yeah, sorry.
Was there any fear that he might not be able to continue and would be a DQ loss?
Obviously, yes. That was definitely crossing my mind. But luckily, my coach and my teammate, they were in the corner just telling me to focus on your breathing, focus on if the fight continues, you need to be ready to go out there and finish it.
And at the end, did you know his corner was trying to throw in the towel before the referee stepped in?
Oh, no.
That's what the broadcast was saying when you were putting it on.
No, that's news to me. I would love to rewatch the fight. Honestly, I think I'm super hard on myself, especially after the first round. I felt like it was quite even. I do not know what the scorecards were reading at that stage, but the third round was definitely the one where I felt like, okay, we need to go out there, and luckily we could do that.
You called for a spot on the London card. Why specifically that card? The pay-per-view in March, I assume, is what you mean.
After this experience, you know, coming off the Contender Series, jumping onto a pay-per-view card, it comes with a lot of pressure, and going through this, I know I can handle that, and I want to go to London. I want to experience their fans just like I experienced the Vegas ones, and I think that's a massive card that I would like to be a part of. I want to go there. It's easier travel-wise for me and my team, obviously, and I want to be part of that and make history there as well.
The final one for me, we spoke to Dricus at Media Day, and he was saying that if the UFC does go to Africa, they have to go to South Africa. I'm sure you heard Dana White say UFC Africa is a priority for him next year. So are you hoping that they do touch down in South Africa next year?
I honestly cannot see them go to any other country in Africa than South Africa. There's literally no other country that will have the infrastructure, the tourism, anything that can be close to South Africa. And I think you guys will have an amazing time there. We have the best country on earth.
I mean, just over here.
Yeah.
With that final flurry, did you sort of, as soon as he got up, did you know, right, this is the end, or was it almost pot luck that you got him out of there and you just happened to be going that aggressive?
It was actually exchanges before that. I was in mount control, landed like 4 big shots in mount, where I really thought like, okay, we are landing quite significantly, and that's why I actually felt his pace drop quite a bit. So going into that stand-up exchange, I knew I just had to turn up the pace, and after landing maybe the third knee, I was like, okay, the ref should be stepping in soon, I guess. So.
Cameron, back here. Are there even words that you could express about what it's like, 21 years old, big arena, Las Vegas, big promotion like the UFC? Just how do you even sum up this experience?
It's absolutely amazing. You know, 6 years ago, I was in my second story bedroom, you know, and I had legends. I had cutouts of magazines of South African MMA fighters on my wall, and it was sellotaped on there. You know, I was looking up to guys in South Africa that were absolute legends, and legends from Team CIT. So being here in that short amount of time just speaks volumes of the amount of talent we have, not only in South Africa, but Team CIT as a whole. We have a bunch of killers there, and thanks to that, I could go through a lot of adversity in this fight and get away with the finish.
Were you able to spend a lot of time around Drakus during fight week and exchange some words with him, being from South Africa?
Of course, he's one of my main training partners. We spend a lot of time together, and it's been an absolutely amazing experience. Just seeing his mindset and learning from what he has been through. Obviously, he has walked the walk, you know. So it's just something that I can look up to and look to implement in my own game, and hopefully make it my own.
You have a birthday in about 10 days, correct?
Yes, sir.
You're going to be partying in Vegas a little early, or you're going to save it until you get back home?
I'm definitely going to be partying a little bit earlier with my teammates, with my second family. So, and then we'll go back to South Africa and enjoy a good rest.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, Cam. Over here.
Yes.
Hey. So I imagine UFC debuts can be nerve-wracking enough, but when Dana White called you the future after your Contender Series success, did that add any more pressure to try and deliver today?
Honestly, you know, him calling me that didn't really cross my mind through the whole fight week, and the build-up of this fight. I put a lot of pressure on myself to perform to the abilities that I know I'm capable of, and I know I can be very critical of that. But we'll be back to the drawing board quite quickly and look to improve on this performance.
You said that there were differences between this trip to Vegas and your last one. What were the differences?
Just the magnitude of the event. You know, if I had to narrow it down to something, you know, I think the Contender Series is much more isolated. This was, I think, I put a massive, almost stamp on it, and I really wanted to perform.
Nice. And you mentioned to Gabriel there that you will be celebrating in Vegas. What will those celebrations sort of include? What are your vices? You'll be on the tables?
No, I actually haven't gambled at all in the 2 trips that I've been here, and I think I'll look to keep it that way. It looks like it's working out for me.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you, sir.
Congrats, Cam, on the win. You went from the Contender Series to this colossal jump, opening the pay-per-view. Was a part of you kind of happy, like, okay, good? Will he be the first guy out there, kind of get the butterflies out of the way?
Yes, of course. So you have to build your base from somewhere, you know. So it was really cool to open up the card, and luckily I think we did it at quite a good pace, and I think we set the tone for the evening. So hopefully the rest of the guys can build off that.
Excellent. And it was a tremendous fight. Like, they had everything: striking, the grappling, real even on the mat, like real good chess match. I'm sure you kind of surprised some of those spots, but then you had the adversity of the blood. How was that, dealing with this in the middle of the fight?
That's a good question. You know, that was quite new for me. I couldn't see out of my left eye, so the depth perception was quite wonky. But luckily, after the second round, I got back some of that vision, and that helped quite a bit.
Excellent. Congrats on the win. Well done, sir.
Cameron, over on the side, sorry. You had asked about the scorecards. You were down on 2 of the cards, so just so you know that.
That's hopefully that doesn't become a habit.
when you're in training camp, when you're trying to prepare specifically for a fight, is there one area that you work on in particular, or do you kind of just throw all of your different skills like in a crock pot and just kind of see how it kind of bakes?
Yeah, definitely the second one. You know, just looking to improve on all aspects of the game. I already know stuff that I need to work on after this fight, and I'm pretty sure that my amazing coach there at the back has a long list of stuff as well. So I'll be taking a very short break and getting back to work.
Cammy, baie geluk, my broer. Hoe het die geveg vir jou afgeloop, en wat het reg en verkeerd geloop? Just talk us through the fight from your perspective, what went right and what went wrong.
So die fight, die hele experience was net regtig ongelooflik. Ek is baie dankbaar vir die hoeveelheid support wat ek gekry het van ons Suid-Afrikaanse fans by die huis en jammer as ek baie Engelse woorde in my speech nou ingooi. Maar ek is baie dankbaar vir almal wat gekyk het en wat reg gegaan het is natuurlik het ons die wen gekry. Ja, ongelukkig die knie, maar jy kan nooit sulke goeders voorspel in 'n fight nie. Dit is mal en dit is wild. So ek is net bly ons kon wegstap met dit.
Ons is baie trots op jou. Baie dankie.